anyways, it's been a slow summer. Usually I work in the fall, and I don't work in the summer, or I don't look for a job in the summer, so uh, I do like survey revenue, so you haven't been seeing any PC games lately on my channel. But I was gonna give you a quick history of my fish tank. So, this is actually the feeding hole, and it's also a water hole. So when it rains, the rain goes in there, so I don't have to refill it. Um, there's a pleco, a goldfish, and 3 minnows. There are two of them. I guarantee the other minnows here. But it always hides. Anyways, here's the history with this fish tank. Basically, back in the 90s, my older brother would get alligator fish, and he would everyone would love his fish that he got. It was very exotic, and all the kids liked it. So and he still has fish now. He still has that hobby. There's and what happened is, he had plants in his aquarium. So I went to Florida to set up Monica's apartment. I liked his fish, but I didn't know how he took care of them. And I set up her apartment, and she bought a bunch of fish. She was rich at that time, so she bought like 30 different fish. It was like a 100-gallon tank or something. And I think I had a 60-gallon. And what happened is the we didn't know anything about fish, basically. So we put the fish in, and we put the products in, and the fish all died. Even after waiting like a day for the water to depurify or something. So I didn't think anything of it, But I decided to get fish. I was the Asian dude, Tuan, that used to come over. He was here since like 2012, 2010. So I was like, why don't I get some fish, right? So I asked him, because he had fish at that time. So I was like, can you get me some fish, some starter fish? And he comes over with like 10 cichlids, like a few big ones, a lot of small ones. Because, I was gonna set up a large tank. I was like, yeah, I'm setting this up, but I need starter fish, I don't know what to do. He gives me these 10 cichlids. I'm still don't know what to do, so I put the cichlids in, and they all die. It takes about a month for them to completely die. So what did I do wrong? One, I wanted starter fish because I knew there was something you had to do with the fish tank. So you get the top water, you purify it for a day, you put the chemicals in, but there's something very important that you do that my brother had in the 90s, and that is you put plants in the aquarium to eat the ammonia. The chemicals won't do it alone. The chemicals may not even create bacteria without any organisms in the tank. If the tank is clean, you're gonna have a problem, believe it or not. And I didn't know that. So then you know, I learned from my mistakes and got these fish. But interesting fact here, since I was having these fish, I guess it was since 2012. Uh, interesting fact, the minnows kept disappearing. I know they kept disappearing after I got a pleco in 2017. So I always had a pleco and a goldfish. 2017, I buy a pleco. 3 months later, it disappears. No body, like no actual evidence. This was in 2017. I even made a YouTube video in uh, in 2017. But what was always happening was my minnows would always disappear. Like I fished some creek minnows out one day. All those disappeared. There's one left. So I moved on to lake minnows. All those disappeared. There's one left. So I moved on to the pet store minnows. You know, those tropical Floridian minnows. All those disappeared. One left. I still got a goldfish and pleco like last time, even though the previous one disappeared. The one before that lasted 7 years. And I thought about it, you know, who was doing this? It must be something or someone harassing me. So, you know that Asian guy? The guy who was fucking with my computer, right? Well, ever since he left in January because his dad died, none of my fish disappeared. Not one. I would expect at least one to disappear or die. Or die, like, I don't find the bodies. I never find the bodies. I would expect one to disappear. So that guy had a second agenda. He might have not really liked me, basically. And that's sad to say that he was being Asian. Cliche. So, my theory is that he was sneaking into the house at night and taking the fish with a net. Because the net even disappeared, you know. And how come it's been 6 months and not one minnow has disappeared, not one fish has disappeared yet after 6 months? After he left in January, late December. I just find that so intriguing. Like the guy that I caught red-handed hacking my computer. I mean, he's a good person, okay? He you know, he gives, but he has an agenda. Like he might have a job or he might be doing something. You know, I'm just saying, you know, he might be doing something. He might have been trying to do something. Like sometimes, like when I go get him food, you know, at 7 when he comes here every day, I do that, and something's always changed in my room. Whether he puts like towels in the hamper, he just changes something. And I noticed, alright, I did notice this. Is that a... I did notice this, okay. He tampered with my computer. He installed something when I told him not to. And he might have been installing spyware for a long time, because my computer was plagued with problems. I assumed it was Windows 7 not being supported since 2016, but he was here since 2012, so it, it, I might have had Windows 7 illegally on, I don't know, computers. I just play it for games. If the internet doesn't work, but the game works, I really don't care. Yeah. So that's the information that they give you. A nice guy, right? But under the cover, you don't know. Like, the phenomenon is this. Yeah, the fish are here. The fish aren't disappearing. The gnats in my bathroom returned after the exterminator asked me if I had a gnat problem. I said no, because and the last time I did, but they shrugged it off. They were like, "We don't do gnats, but I guess you do this year." Anyways, so the exterminator leaves and he opens a vial full of gnats in my bathroom. Like, that's the conspiracy I have to deal with. I have to deal with people with very young minds, like children, childish minds. So that's the question I have: was he stealing my fish for like nearly 7 years? His neighbor committed murder, and we could attribute his job to the suicide of his neighbor and his wife due to debt. See, debt collectors do that. They try to get into your life to get what they want. Get it? It's like a microcosm of treachery. It's like a selling and sell type of warfare. And I think that's, I think that might be it. Because magic stopped at like 5 years old. 5 years old for me. Magicians are good though. I mean, they can do the impossible apparently. They can steal fish for 7 years. I guess that's called good magic. Like, it's not. Anyways, I'm gonna end this blog this lazy afternoon. Summer's getting kind of slow, basically, because of the coronavirus. My routine's all off. I'm gonna ignore it, basically. If you want to be a coward and run away from something you were doing, fine. If you weren't doing that and it was, a magician, fine. But I have to swallow that sword pretty hard, Like, if you want to say it's magic, okay. But, let me feel it. Let me put it in a museum for you. Because that's what that guy was doing for 7 years straight. If it wasn't him, then I'm impressed, I'm impressed at how weird this situation gets.